Hello there! Welcome to Astronomy class.
Today we will going to unravel the secret of the early universe. I'm Teacher Mars and I will going to discuss the Big Bang theory in the cosmic microwave background radiation.
And I'm Teacher Venus and I'm going to discuss about the evolution of the universe, the conservation of energy, and the 4 theories of the end of the universe. Before that, allow me to read our objectives. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to explain the Big Bang, associate the presence of the CMB to the legitimacy of the Big Bang theory, and analyze the evolution of the universe. For nearly 400,000 years ago, the entire cosmos was opaque, which means we have no direct observation of everything that happened during that time. Even after the universe became transparent, it was still a long time before the first stars and galaxies are formed, leaving us with limited information about that period. Despite these problems, the early epochs of cosmic history are essential for everything that gone after, leading researchers and scientists to find ways to figure out exactly what happened when our universe is in its infancy. Our universe is said to be 13.7 billion years old. But how can we be so sure about the age of the universe when it began 13 billion years ago? Who lived that long? But according to Edwin Hubble in 1927, when he estimated the age of our universe by looking at the oldest stars and by using the radiometric dating, he measures the amount of radioactive decay of isotopes in a sample, and he also used his very own formula, which is the Hubble constant, that states that time is equals to 1 divided by the Hubble constant. Cosmology is a branch of astronomy that involves the origin and evolution of the universe. It studies how the history of the universe led to the stars, galaxies, and other features we can observe today. There are 3 main theories of the formation of our universe: the steady-state theory, pulsating theory, and the Big Bang theory. In the steady-state theory, it states that the universe is constantly expanding but with a fixed average density. The universe has already been there and will always be present. However, in the pulsating theory, it states that the universe follows self-sustaining cycles such as expanding and contracting. It also states that after the universe has contracted in a certain size, expansion will start right away. Lastly, the Big Bang theory. This is the most accepted model of cosmology. It was proposed in 1927 by the Belgian priest and cosmologist Georges Lemaitre.
It is today and we are here. Albert Einstein once said, "The most incomprehensible thing about the world is that it is not incomprehensible." This is the universe, and our consciousness of it isn't impossible. It's just so incredibly improbable that this thing came together and we can experience it. It's amazing that we are even talking about it right now. We don't know what is happening at this moment. Far away in the universe, the light that we see from the distant galaxies left them millions of years ago. In the case of the most distant objects that we have seen, the light left more than 12 billion years ago. So, when we look at the universe, we are seeing as it was in the past. What makes things hard to understand is not how big they are, but how complicated they are. Inside a star, for example, everything is broken down to its simple constituent. It's the same for the Big Bang. If you know that the universe is expanding, it means that it was not this big yesterday and it will be bigger for tomorrow. That's where you really get the idea of running back in time. That's why they say, yes, the universe was probably small. If you think the universe as something like a gas, thinking of the stars and galaxy as gas particles, then when you push them together, they will get hotter and hotter. The idea that the universe started at some point in time, it has expanded ever since. The Big Bang cosmology is the current accepted model of the universe. The universe began 13.8 billion years ago in its early years, it looked completely different than it does. Now, the Big Bang marked the origin of the universe, the beginning of its expansion from singularity, single point that was infinitely small, infinitely hot, and infinitely dense. Big Bang theory is the leading explanation of how our universe born. Simply put, it says the universe as we know, it started with an infinitely hot, dense single point. Inflated and stretched first at unimaginable speed, and then at more measurable rate over the next 13 billion years ago, to the still expanding cosmos that we know today. The Big Bang theory was proposed and suggested by Belgian priest named Georges Lemaître in the early 1920s, when he theorized that the universe began from a single primordial atom. His idea received a major boost from Edwin Hubble's observation that the galaxies are speeding away from us in all directions, as well as from the 1960s discovery, the cosmic microwave background radiation. Let's begin by unraveling the mystery of CMB, or cosmic microwave background radiation. Do you know what is CMB? Imagine a faint afterglow batting the entire universe in its ethereal light. This is the cosmic microwave background radiation, or CMB, a relic from the Big Bang, the momentous event that birthed the universe nearly 14 billion years ago. CMB is more than just a faint of light. It's a time capsule that the very first moment of the universe in the aftermath of the Big Bang. The universe was incredibly hot and dense as it is rapidly expanded and cooled. The radiation left over from that era was stretched out of the much and cooler microwave wavelengths that we are detecting today. By May 20, 1964, two American radiologist astronomers Robert Wilson and Arno Penzias discovered the cosmic microwave background radiation, or CMB. By studying this echo, we can pair back in time to a staggering distance, witnessing the universe just 300,080 years old. The cosmic microwave background radiation is just a glimpse into the past. It's a powerful key unlocking the secrets of our universe. By meticulously measuring its properties, scientists can glean the crucial insights about the universe's origin, composition, and evolution. It is cosmological Rosetta Stone, helping us understand the large-scale structure of the universe and the dominance of mysterious substances like dark matter and dark energy. The CMB stands as a pillar of evidence for the Big Bang theory. Its existence and properties align remarkably well with the predictions made by the Big Bang model, lending credence to our understanding of the universe's origin story. As we delve deeper into the cosmic microwave background radiation research, with advanced telescope and more sophisticated analysis, we can expect even more groundbreaking discoveries. The CMB holds potential to unlock the secrets about theory of inflation in the period of rapid expansion true to have occurred shortly after the Big Bang. The shield of light on the nature of dark matter, the enigmatic components that constitute most of the universe of mass and its energy.
There are many forms of energy in the universe, thus the energy changes form all the time. Scientists went from the idea of convertibility of energy to an important physical law. In any closed system, the total amount of energy is constant, and this is the law of conservation of energy. This law operates in an astronomical object. Now, conservation of energy is an absolute law, and yet it seems to fly in the face of things we observe every day. Even the seemingly paradoxical dark energy causing the universe expansion to accelerate, we will see it obeys this rule. The universe itself is a closed system, so the total amount of energy in existence has always been the same. And the universe is expanding at a faster and faster rate, propelled by something called dark energy. So how can the universe end? Although the end of the universe as we know is very uncertain, But there are 4 theories that claim to put us closer to understanding this inconceivable concept. The first theory is the Big Freeze. A stable state of low, dissipated energy is reached. This implies system will not have enough energy to produce mechanical work. Secondly, the Big Crunch. This occurs if there is enough collective matter in the universe so that the force of gravity can stop the expansion and pull everything back towards a single point. The galaxies will collide and destroy planets and stars eventually. Thirdly, the Big Rip. It states that as the universe expands, there is more and more energy in empty space until, quite literally, the feedback of space-time itself tears. Lastly, the Big Slur. It refers to the lowest potential energy state, or a change in the energy levels of Higgs field would cause a bubble of broken physics to expand throughout the universe at the speed of light. The evolution of the early universe, the Planck era. It was the earliest stage of Big Bang before the time passed was equal to the Planck time, or approximately 10 to 43 seconds. This time, all matter was condensed on a single point of infinite density and extreme heat. There are 4 fundamental forces of nature: gravity, nuclear strong force, nuclear weak force, and electromagnetic force. The first one is gravity. Gradually drew matter together to form the first stars in the first galaxies, wherein galaxies are collected into groups, clusters, and superclusters. The next one, the nuclear strong force. It is the fundamental interactions that confines the quarks into proton, neutron, and other hadron particles. The strong interaction also binds neutrons and protons to create atomic nuclei, where it is called the nuclear force. The next is the nuclear weak force. It is the force that allows proton to turn into neutron and vice versa through the beta decay. This keeps the right balance of proton and neutrons in a nucleus. Lastly, the electromagnetic force. It was a dominant force in the interactions of atoms and molecules. It can be attractive or repulsive. Following the Planck era, taking place between 10 to 43 seconds and 10 to 35 seconds, is the GUT era, or the Grand Unification era. This era begins with gravity separation from the other 3 forces and ended with the separation of the 3 strong force from the electroweak force. This era is the combination of the 3 of the 4 forces, but gravity has become distinct. Electroweak force. At the beginning of the electroweak era, or the 10 to 35 to 10 to 10 seconds, the strong force decoupled from the electroweak force, releasing a tremendous amount of energy and triggering a sudden rapid expansion known as inflation. As space expanded more rapidly than the speed of light, extremely energetically, interactions created elementary particles such as photons, gluons, and quarks. The era ended with the separation of electromagnetism from the weak force. Elementary particle era. Between 10 to 10 seconds and 0.001 second, the elementary particles era is a particle soup filled the universe. Quarks and antiquarks, electrons and positrons, and other particles and antiparticles continually swap mass for energy via matter-antimatter collisions. As the universe cooled, the temperature dipped too low to recreate pairs of particles from photons, and other particles continued to annihilate without being replaced. The cooler temperature also enabled the strong nuclear force to draw quarks together to form protons and neutrons. Fusion continued in this era, in the era of nucleosynthesis, when photons and neutrons continued in the first atomic nuclei, hydrogen, some of which fused further into helium and lithium. Cooling continued and soon temperature dipped too low for fusion to continue in the era of nuclei. Big Bang nucleosynthesis had left the universe with roughly 75 hydrogen nuclei, 25 helium nuclei, and a trace amount of lithium and deuterium nuclei. The plasma of positively charged nuclei and negatively charged free electrons filled the universe, trapping photons in the fields. Era of nuclei. In this era, we don't see much change compared to the era of nucleosynthesis. It is almost similar to the previous era. The only different thing is the fusion of nuclei has ended in this era. the universe is expanding, but at a slower rate, hence its size is increasing. The size of the universe has increased by a factor of 1,000 compared to its size in the previous era or epoch. It is a massive space filled with fully ionized particles. The timeline of this era is between 3 minutes and 500,000 years after the Big Bang. Within this long period, nothing much happened. The fusion of the nuclei has stopped, and all the while, the universe remains just a ball of hot plasma filled with fully ionized particles. The era of atoms. The era of atoms, 380,000 years to 1 billion years and so, began as the universe finally cooled and expanded enough for the nuclei to capture free electrons, forming fully fledged neutron atoms. Previously trapped photons were finally free to move through space, and the universe became transparent for the first time. These photons has been passing through space ever since, forming the cosmic microwave background. The expansion since the origin of the universe has redshifted the initially energetic photons to microwave wavelengths. The CMB, or the cosmic microwave background, also marks the furthest point back in time we can observe, the time before it is sometimes referred to as the Dark Ages, and scientists considered it as an echo or the shock wave of the Big Bang. Era of galaxies. This era happened between 1 billion years after the Big Bang at the present day. Before galaxies were formed, the universe went through what is called the Dark Ages. This occurred after neutral atoms were formed until the first stars and galaxies reionized the intergalactic medium entirely. Reionization is when the first stars and quasars gradually form and emit intense radiation that splits the neutral hydrogen atoms back into plasma of protons and free electrons for the first time since the recombination of the photons decoupling. A quasar is an active galactic object and the brightest object in the universe. The epoch or era of galaxies is where we are currently living in now. The current temperature of the universe is 2.73 kelvins. As the universe continued to expand, gas rockets become denser, causing the stars to ignite. These stars groups with each other to form galaxies. The Hubble Space Telescope has seen back to about 500 million years after the Big Bang, revealing galaxies with much less defined and more compact structures, very different than those close to us in space and time. With the James Webb Space Telescopes, astronomers are looking back even farther to the formation of the universe's very first galaxies. By that point, gravity had already condensed gas into the first stars, which produced the first heavy elements like carbon and oxygen. Within a few million years, the second generation of stars forming from the enriched gas and gravity began grouping then into the earliest galaxies. Webb will help us to understand the structure and composition of these first galaxies. Thank you very much for listening.